Welcome to this demonstration on commissioning host in VMware Cloud Foundation. Cloud Foundation automates the provisioning and lifecycle of physical infrastructure in the private cloud. Prior to allocating new servers to workload domains, servers must be added to the Cloud Foundation inventory, a process referred to as host commissioning. Hosts can be commissioned individually or in bulk. In this demonstration, we will show the steps to add new servers to the Cloud Foundation inventory. We begin at the SDDC Manager dashboard. The dashboard shows that we currently have 4 all-flash hosts, all of which have been allocated to the management domain. Let's add 2 new servers to our inventory. Navigating to the host view, we can see under Assigned Host the 4 hosts that are currently assigned to our management domain. Selecting Unassigned Host, we can confirm there are no unassigned hosts. Let's add host ESXi5 and ESXi6 to the inventory. We do this by selecting Commission Host. Prior to adding new servers, several prerequisites must be met. These include, for example, installing ESXi, enabling SSH, and removing any existing disk partitions. This checklist provides a summary of the prerequisites. At the Host Addition and Validation page, we see the Add New option is selected by default. This option is used to add individual hosts. Start by entering the fully qualified domain name for ESXi-5.vcf.sdc.local. Cloud Foundation supports vSAN, NFS, and Fiber Channel storage. In this demo, we are using vSAN ready nodes, so we choose vSAN as the storage type. Next, we specify the network pool that will be used for this host. Finally, we provide the root user credentials for the host. Clicking Add, the host is added to the validation list. We will now repeat these steps to add our second host. Both hosts have been added. The next step is to now validate these hosts. We select the host, select the fingerprint, and click Validate All. The validation confirms the hosts are accessible and that the prerequisites have been met. If there are any issues or errors, they will be displayed. Note the green bar indicating that both hosts have validated successfully. Next, we see a summary of the hosts that are to be added. We simply click Commission to add them to our inventory. The SDDC Manager initiates a workflow to automate the task of adding the host to the Cloud Foundation inventory. Adding new hosts typically takes between 2 to 3 minutes per host. You can click the workflow name to view the subtasks as they are being performed. Here we see that all subtasks have completed successfully. And we now see host ESXi5 and ESXi6 in the host inventory. As these hosts are not currently assigned to a domain, the state shows unassigned, meaning these hosts are available to be used when creating and extending workload domains. When commissioning a lot of hosts at the same time, you can use a Json file in lieu of having to enter the details for each host individually. Let's use a Json file to add 6 more hosts to our inventory. So we begin by again selecting Commission Host, verifying the prerequisites. To add a group of hosts using a JSON file, we select the Import option. Here, we are showing an example of the syntax that is used for the JSON file. For each host, we must provide the fully qualified domain name, storage type, network pool, and root credentials. With the JSON file in place, we simply click Browse, select the JSON file, and click Open, and then Upload into SDDC Manager. The 6 hosts are added to the validation list where we select the host and perform the validation. The SDDC Manager again validates host connectivity and verifies all the prerequisites have been met. If there are any issues, an error will be displayed. Here we see the green banner indicating that all hosts have validated successfully. We simply review the list of hosts to be added and click Commission. As we saw before, the SDC Manager initiates a workflow to automate the steps to add the host to the inventory. Again, we can click on the workflow name to expand it and view the separate subtasks as they are being executed. The time it will take to complete the workflow will vary based on the number of hosts being added. But again, it typically takes between 2 to 3 minutes per host. It may take longer when adding a lot of hosts. We now see the 6 new hosts have been added with a state of unassigned, indicating they are available to be used when creating and extending domains. At the SDC Manager dashboard, we now see there are 12 hosts in the inventory, the 4 hosts assigned to our manager domain, and the 8 new hosts we just added. In this demo, we saw how easy it is to add new hosts to the Cloud Foundation inventory. Once hosts are added, they are available for creating and expanding workload domains.